Hey folks, good morning. It's a beautiful day today. It's a wonderful morning, cool breeze, sun is up, and it's an enjoyable day for me. So I just finished my first errand. I'm going to do my second right now. So just enjoying what the days provide. So I was reading some Reddit posting a few days ago, and it's something I'm very familiar with, but it's really still shocking living in this country for certain things when it comes to the last decade, 2 decades. What I'm talking about this time is food. A couple of my family and friends, they live overseas. A lot of them have talked to me about certain things and certain aspects, and I'm very familiar of what's happening. But it really is fascinating that there is a this is a growing trend. It shouldn't be a trend. It should never been happening, but it's a growing trend that many Americans are pissed to the hill seeing food being created into something that it shouldn't be created into. There are so many dominant food companies in this world. What's going going on is when companies are truly willing to send people to the market to get sick, to get anything in a sense of profit, where they're buying these companies, buying these food companies, and changing the ingredient to make it less consumable in a sense of the proper ingredient. I'll give you an example. I was reading an article, and this is not an article that people might see a lot, but it was very important because I'm a foodie. And one of the articles said, this article said about this one company who had only one or two ingredient, I think, for this one product they have. What really amazed me is when this company was bought out, the new company, they went in there, redid everything, rechanged the brand ingredients. Now there are like whatever amount of ingredients into one bottle of this sauce, and it's now have what 8, 9, 10 ingredient, and they're changing the 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 recipe by taking out majority of the vinegar, using some kind of acidic chemical and more water, but you still taste the vinegary sauce taste, using ingredients that is chemically based versus properly utilization of vinegar. And this Reddit post said it best. Companies are willing to buy these other companies for profit and deconstruct their ingredients to make it more favorable for their cost effectiveness. But what really is happening also, another point was, a doctor said it best. When you look at these ingredients that had only 2 or 3 ingredients, they're now having 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 ingredients on one simple ingredient based formula. It has more ingredients, but these ingredients can cause a lot of terminal issues health wise to the consumer. So who's profiting out of them? Multiple companies. Now, I believe in capitalism, and I really do, but I also believe that there is a balance between ethical capitalism and straight capitalism with greed. How far are you willing to create profit knowing that you're making this kind of substance? But what really made me laugh was the statement by another person saying it's really sad that the same companies that's pushing these food are the same companies whose own CEO and other leadership would never let themselves and their company families eat the food they're making. What I'm asking is, if companies are telling their stockholders and themselves that they will not even eat the food they're making, or for a tech company would never let their family use the same tech equipment they're selling to their younger kids because they know it's what do you call it, addictive, why would you let your own kids and your own family eat the food, use the same tools and technology that the CEO and majority of the company leadership would never let their own family utilize or eat? How how is that so fundamentally what do you call it, capitalistic? You can have capitalism with ethics, but what really makes me angrier is good example. There's a soda that a lot of people love here in the United States, and you start looking at the soda, and you look at the ingredient in the soda, but the same soda doesn't have the heavy toxic ingredient that's being sold in Australia, Japan, even in Europe. So why can't we have those ingredients here in the United States? The reason? One guy said it best. Companies lobby these agencies to lower the restriction, knowing what they're making are dangerously problematic. So how do you feel about it? Do you think we're getting to the point that a lot of Americans are finally realizing we're being screwed left and right, and we got to stand up for ourselves? I believe in capitalism. I also believe that we need to be honest to what we have purchasing. Yes, I like an example. I carry in my phone, because of my medical issues, I have multiple apps to see what kind of food it is. I've been reading ingredients for about 20 years now. But it's more important now than ever to know what you're eating, what you're drinking, what you're using technology. So if a CEO of another company would never let their kids use the technology they're selling and give it to their kids, why would you do the same thing? Why would you let your kids eat food that the CEO of this company would never let their own kids eat? Don't you want to question that logic? That's between you and yourself. But for me, I've been careful. I try to be careful. Do I still get food that, yeah, because that's the only option I have. Unless I have millions and billions of dollars. And that's the other statement that's an expert said. These CEOs has the money to buy organic and healthier food options because the prices are so exuberant. People will always buy the cheap one because that's the only food they can afford. But somebody said it best: if communities can create community gardens, who can create community programs where organic foods are used, are sold, are created and harvested, it creates more lucrative growth for organic type level of food. So what do you think about it? Are we really going to this path of continuing purchasing food knowing that these foods can harm us and our family long term, while people who can afford these healthier foods are profiting off our own situation? Again, capitalism doesn't have to be greedy. People says capitalists have to be this. No, I've written papers and I've talked to a lot of people who have created businesses that has integrity, character, and ethics. So you can be a capitalist and still be ethical. If you don't think it can be done, tell me. If you support my point or not support my point, hit me anytime. But for now, take care, stay safe, and enjoy whatever day you got.